Today's thoughts. When fear gets loud, fix your eyes on Jesus. Fear can make the next step feel too big. The decision feels too heavy. The storm feels too strong. The future feels too uncertain. The what-ifs start preaching louder than the Word of God. But Jesus never asks us to move forward in our own strength. He gives us His Spirit, His wisdom, and His presence as we follow Him. Fear is not always sinful. God created us as emotional people. Fear can alert us to danger, remind us that something matters, and move us to seek wisdom. But when fear takes over, it can also reveal where our focus has shifted. Jesus said, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, but instead store up treasures in heaven." Sometimes our anxiety reveals what we value most. If our hearts are anchored in temporary things, our peace will rise and fall with temporary circumstances. Jesus also said, "Do not be anxious about your life." He pointed to the birds of the air and the lilies of the field, reminding us that our Father sees, knows, and provides. Anxiety often reflects our view of God. Do we believe He is near? Do we believe He is good? Do we believe He can be trusted? When the disciples panicked in the storm, Jesus asked, "Why are you afraid, O you of little faith?" Their fear was real, but so was His authority. The wind and waves were loud, but Jesus was still Lord over them. And when Peter stepped onto the water, he walked as long as his eyes were on Jesus. But when he focused on the wind, he began to sink. Still, Jesus immediately reached out His hand. That is grace. God does not shame His children for feeling fear. He calls us to bring our fear into His presence. Joshua had to step into unfamiliar territory, and God told him, "Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." David faced Goliath with confidence because he had already learned that God was faithful in hidden battles. Paul reminded Timothy, "God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." Fear may visit, but it does not have to rule. Takeaway: courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is trusting Jesus enough to obey while fear is still talking.